Henry Charles Godwin Sr. was my father.
He was a man's man.
He was a great role model for me as both a father and a husband.
He was a good man. He taught me a lot of things. He made me the man that I am today.
Because Daddy would say, hey, if you need it done, I'll get it done.
He did his work. Everybody respected him. Everybody knew him.
He didn't worry about bills being paid. He didn't worry about how much money he was getting paid. That was not his focus. His focus was going to work and making sure that he could put something in Mother's hand every week to take care of his family.
Everyone saw a male role model.
He was a man known for a person of integrity, honesty, and he was a hard worker. He loved his children, and he adored and worshipped his wife, Rebecca. Like I said, Mother was very smart, you know.
Like I said, she's very protective of us.
Because they worked so hard to not let us see the world as it really was. They really did.
I know she was crazy about him, and he was crazy about her.
She was fascinated by the fact that he was very polite and not pushy. And when he joined the Army, she said he looked good in his uniform.
I remember him talking about he was over there in Germany. And they would have to dig the latrines and drop off the supplies.
Red Ball Express, that was a troops of soldiers, black soldiers specifically, that were assigned in the European theater to supply the front line with more troops, artillery, gasoline, mechanical support, so they had to repair the trucks and tanks, etc., and keep them moving forward. They had to drive at night with the headlights taped. They didn't do that. The planes would see them.
They tried to give the blacks the worst jobs, the most dangerous job. And that was to try to deliver fuel and all that kind of stuff, you know. And for the longest, they didn't have any weapons. And when he come back, he never changed. If he did, he didn't show it.
It was hard to continue that life.
And he didn't like to watch war pictures. It's something that he never talked about, you know.
Kind of felt that he would be stagnant, and that was not him.
So when he finally did get out, they had some money in place to start their life in Panama City.
He loved to fish. Both of them loved to fish.
They love fishing. They both love to fish. He was one heck of a second baseman. He's always loved baseball.
Sun up to sundown, if he was off, he was watching baseball.
If a game was on, he was watching it.
First, he started working for the paper mill. And he left the paper mill and he went to the Bay Line. And that's where he finished up his career at the Bay Line now.
he used to oil the wheels. Every car on the train had this little lever he'd pick up, and then he'd pour oil in it, and he'd go down the line.
They repaired trains, diesel engines, cars, box cars.
He worked for 40 years.
Back in the days, if your dad didn't work at the Bay Line or the paper mill, he didn't have no job.
And he retired as a supervisor. Talk all the time about when he was in a room, he casted a big shadow. You know, integrity is very important in this life. He taught us to be good husbands, taught us to be good fathers. He taught us to be a person of your word.
Work hard and maintain your integrity.
He still was himself. He didn't try to put on airs as to, who he was or whatever. He was just being our dad.
We were blessed to have Daddy. He inspired this family.
And just to do good is to the best of your ability.
But just love one another and take care of one another, and try to instill that in your kids.
He was the Renaissance man that you don't really see a lot of, that believed in taking care of his family.
You know, he believed in a strong name and a strong and good reputation. He believed in that.